Hi, this is the Libra star sign for the month of December 2017. And I'm Peter the Clairvoyant here, and I'm going to see what I pick up for you for the coming month. And what I'm sort of sensing here with you now is I just feel as though you've got a lot of things kind of going on in your mind at the moment, and you're looking back a lot. And I feel like it's fine to look backwards, but I do get the feeling now you've got to start looking forwards, and you need to start sort of taking a bit more of a leap of faith than where you normally sort of look at things, because I feel as though you analyse too much, and especially this sort of particular month, it's like I just feel as though it's like you're coming to the end of the year. I feel as though you're a bit fed up because you haven't quite got the money, and I also feel as though for some of you Librans, you're kind of looking back as if to say, "Do you know what, I'm at this point in my life and I feel as though I'm not where I thought I would be." And I just feel as though it's like you're feeling a bit fed up with things. But at the end of the day, it's all about you have the will to make changes, but sometimes we just don't. And with you being more analytical than most of the star signs, I just feel as though you sort of make it more difficult for yourself. So I just feel as though now I've got to start taking control of my life now and start making things happen. And you've got the ability to do this. It's just sometimes you just daren't take the chances, and that's what it's all about. It's like everything's got to be in this kind of balance, whether you've got to know where everything is, where everything's kind of going. And that's absolutely fine, but it's holding you back. And sometimes getting that balance can be great, especially when you're kind of giving. You need to make sure you're getting back what you put in and things like that. But when it's about taking control of your own destiny, it's like sometimes you can be your own worst nightmare. And I don't mean to be so sort of hard, but I just feel as though you've got to start sort of deciding what you're doing now and where you're going. And I feel as though this is a great time now for you to start to think about this. So maybe you need to be a bit more analytical and analysing, as if to say, well, how am I going to do this and how am I going to do that, and do I need to stop being so analytical and trying to get the balance right in that way? In other words, being analytical in certain ways and not so many in other ways. And I feel so as you think like that, then I feel like you'll start to sort of put yourself in the right position. So I think what I'm trying to say is now, you know what you like as a person, and all Librans are different. We're not all the same, but I just feel so you need to sort of pinpoint now where you need to make the changes and pinpoint how you can get the balance to work for you, where you can sort of take some chances and where you're not willing to take some chances. And I feel so if you look at it like that, you should do quite well for yourself. Okay, now I'm being drawn to your home with you, and I feel so some of you are getting itchy feet. I feel so you feel like a change. I feel so you want to move forward. It's almost like it feels though you've had your fresh starts, but I just get the feeling you'll be thinking about a move. And I feel that this move could be good for you. But I just feel so now you've got to make sure it's where you truly want to be. So I feel so think about all your needs that you sort of require, and then think about the type of home that you're looking for, and then try and find that kind of balance where I feel so you can get more or less what you wanted and what you're looking for. So I feel so with this move, I don't want you to rush into things. I want you to take your time, and I want you to sort of think logically, and then I feel so bit by bit without rushing in too much. I feel so you can find this home that you're truly looking for, and it is there for you. So that's good. I think we ought to look at Christmas a little bit, with it being the month of Christmas. And it just feels though money's not too bad, but it's not perfect. So all I'm saying with money is, as I feel as though, yes, do what you can, but don't give what you can't. And that's the best way to look at it. So I just feel as though a little gift is better than nothing, because I just get the feeling most of you Librans are going to be a bit sort of tight with the money. It's like I feel as though you've overindulged over the last 2 or 3 years, and I feel as though this is a year where you really need to rein it in a little bit. You need to give yourself some breathing space to catch up from your past mistakes, because you do like your nice things and you do like giving nice things. And hey, I don't knock it. But I just feel so now you need to rein it in a little bit, and this is very important for you as you move forward. So you need to look after the finances a little bit more, and I feel some that needs to sort of carry into the new year. So try and get that balance right with finances a little bit. Okay. When it comes to family, just watch out for arguments and disruptions. And I feel so you'll be trying to be the fair one, which is fine, but I feel like sometimes you've got to speak your mind a little bit more. So don't be frightened to sort of step up and say exactly what you're thinking and feeling, because otherwise it's like it feels like you're being put upon, and that's not good. So you need to make sure now that you're saying exactly what you're thinking and feeling, and that's going to be very, very important as you move forward into the rest of the new year. So you need to make sure now you're speaking your mind. Okay. Now, also, I want to be drawn to relationships, and I feel as though those of you who are single, I just feel as though don't be in such a rush to find it. I feel as though it will naturally come in, and something tells me it will naturally come looking for you, because you are quite a nice, balanced person, and I just feel as though, and that always attracts the right positiveness. So I just feel as though love will come looking for you, and you may even get some past connections knocking on your door. And all I would say is with that is look at it as what it was today and not what it was sort of yesterday, because yesterday I feel as though that person was different, and I just feel as though they've changed a bit. They've had time to think and clear the thoughts a little bit, and they've come back to you for a reason. So I just feel as though, yeah, interesting. And for those who are in unsettled relationships, I just get the feeling here is I feel like, need to sort of communicate a little bit better than what we've been doing. We need to focus on what we're doing and where we're going for the future, and try and sort of get our lives a bit more balanced, and try not to work so hard, or trying to sort of move up the ladder so we can earn more money but not work so hard, so we can have more time for each other. And I feel as though that's the key in moving forward. So we need time for each other. And I feel as though that's going to be very, very important now as we move forward. Okay. And I also feel as though certain Librans, especially who were born at the beginning of the Libra sign, I just get the feeling some of you are not exactly happy. So you may want to sort of make some changes. And I don't want you to rush into it, but I just feel as though try and make the changes elsewhere in your life. And if it still doesn't feel right within your relationships, then obviously maybe you need to move on. And that's very important for you. But I just feel as though it's there for you if you want it. And for those of you who are born towards the end of your star sign, I just get the feeling with you, you'll be wanting to put more effort into what you're doing. And I feel so some of you will be thinking that you haven't quite done enough to be fair enough. And I feel so, well, that's fine to think like that. So make those changes and you should be fine. And to do with health, I just want you to keep an eye on your sort of chest area. And I just feel so I'm more drawn to breathing. So breathing issues or chest tightening up a little bit. And I just feel so a bit of gentle exercise will do you good, but more to do with connecting with your diet and balancing your diet out a little bit. And I just feel so that would help you to move forward. And when I say gentle exercise, I'm just talking about going out for some brisk walks. I feel so that would do you good. And for some of you, keep an eye on your lower legs. It's almost like I feel as though it's like your shins are aching, or you've got shooting pains or something going up there a little bit. So just keep an eye on that. But overall, the month of December is not a bad month, but it is a month of reflecting and thinking about what you've done, where you've been, where where you're going. And I feel so this is going to be very important. So, get it sorted, and I feel so you should be absolutely fine. So other than that, I don't feel like you've got too much to worry about. So just keep doing what you're doing and you should be okay. So I hope you have a good Christmas, and I hope everything works out for you. And I just feel so I hope you're enjoying the new reading, and I've decided now as I start to move forward, I'm going to sort of put the tarot cards down and not work with them. So whether I'm linking them with the universe, the star signs, or it's just my clairvoyance, I just feel as though this is how I'm going to work and give you some really good, positive, intuitive readings. And so I hope you're liking the new style, and I hope you're enjoying it. Right, so if you do want a private reading, do connect with me on Facebook, Peter the Clairvoyant, also my website, petertheclairvoyant.co.uk. and I do private readings locally, phone readings and video readings just like this, where you're just watching me and I'm reading and connecting with you and looking at different aspects of your life. And those readings are £19.50, and they are absolutely brilliant if you're anywhere in the world. But you know, I can phone you whenever you are in the world, as long as you can speak English, you know, that's great. So I wish you all the best. Thank you.